Mr. Gaurav. Disney Plus Hotstar has really been one of the pioneers in pushing out bold and stuff and content that can be unconventional and uncomfortable. Really, why and how did you reach the underbellies of Bollywood, if we can call that?
I don't think the show is only about the underbelly of Bollywood. It's a celebration of Bollywood. And I think when you think about this country, we have so many passions. But right at top, I think are our films and our cricket. So much of the Disney Plus Hotstar identity for the last 9 years has been around both of this. This was amazing. And one of our most incredible creative partnerships for the last several years at Star is with Karan. And it starts with Coffee with Karan. It goes to an amazing number of films that Dharma and Star have done together, including Brahmastra. And therefore, it was absolutely natural for us to think about doing a series together. And, every time we have gone on Twitter, I have gone on Twitter in the last 3 years, this theme about what is so controversial about Bollywood has been center of page, right? Everyone's interested in who's working in Bollywood and why they are the right people to be doing this role or not doing this role. So I think, people like Karan and Apurva have among the most difficult jobs in the country along with the national selectors because, nobody else, right? I mean, I take decisions to hire people in a team, but nobody else gets the incredible amount of scrutiny and pressure that they get. And I think some of it, the one thing about Karan Johar that I know, having worked with him for such a long time, is that he's a sport. He's a man who can take a joke on himself, and he's a sport. And I think when he thought of this idea, which has in many ways animated so much of the commentary in social media for such a long time, we all at Hotstar thought that could make for a very exciting drama series. And I think all the people here have just made it even more so, the creators and the cast. So hopefully you're in for a fun ride.
Having said that, should I book a ticket for somewhere on the 8th of March?
Yes, definitely go underground.
Life for close to 3 decades now and observed the life of a producer for much longer, I'm guess. So if you look at your journey and the producers around you, how has the role changed? And also, what made you cast Imran in this role, which I'm clearly sure is very close to your heart, and you've really seen it up close and personal?
Close to your heart. Sorry. Well, being a producer, of course, you're playing a studio head, which is close to my heart, which is pretty much part of what defines me in the business. Well, I think your first question was that what have I seen the journey of the producer evolve? I'd like to take a beat to say that the producer way back when my father was producing multiple films, in many ways and sadly was like not given the desired respect I think that producers should have been given. They were always kind of low on the food chain, because, we depended on financiers in those days and put a lot at stake when you made a film. You needed to sell them to distributors. And there was a lot of fear and anxiety when it came to being before it was corporatized. I think it was a very tough time. And then you had to deal with actors. You were the single person, like a one-soldier army on a set. I've literally seen my father at the end of an evening pack up, signing those challans. And I've seen it happen with my eyes. So I think that the producer has really evolved into being now the captain in many ways besides the director. There are two captains, I believe, of ships, a producer and a director. And in my opinion, the biggest soul and the biggest empowerment is more than them is the writer. And I'm glad we have Sumit Roy with us, because I believe writers are more important than producers and directors. But having said that, I'm glad that the evolution of the producer has come to the point where you can be center stage.
You forgot about me, Karan. Yes.
And as far
Some
as
words of
Imran,
praise.
personally, it was my desire to be a dashing, gorgeous, good-looking, good kisser. As a producer, I haven't matched any of those 4 qualities that Imran has in abundance. I promise you, he said he's not a good kisser, he's a great kisser. I'm a terrible kisser.
All right.
Anybody else?
Hi,
Please.
Samina here from Zoom channel. My question is to Apurva Mehta. The real life challenge is to create the real sets for Bollywood and especially sharing experiences of Bollywood stories. How difficult was it for you and challenging for you to bring that on Showtime?
So, with us, the idea behind Showtime really was to give the audiences an insight into the real and raw aspects of Bollywood. And you cannot give them a sneak peek into this very, very large industry without recreating its visual aesthetics. So, for us, it was very important that the sets had to look what we do and work when we are working on films today is how a set looks, and those are the kind of sets we've tried to make. We've also taken a lot of inspiration from real locations that we've used and places that all of us are familiar with. And I have to say a big shout out to Amrita Singh, who's our production designer, who's really done a terrific job in spite of the very modest budgets from Gaurav. But we've managed, and you'll enjoy this when you see the show.
Next question, please.
Hi, this is Alice Cara Peter from Miss Malini. Imran, my question's for you. How has your experience been working for Showtime, and how similar or different do you think is it to the world of Bollywood?
Well, I've had a fantastic experience working on the show. I remember reading it 2 years ago, and this was sent to me. Actually, the first time I'm actually meeting Sumit, and it's this man has just written something so amazing. What I love about the show, the structure of the show, it takes you into the world of Bollywood from the perspective of the studio system and the producer's chair. And then you have these wonderful, crazy, eccentric characters that are a little delusional, creative geniuses. And it's got a very, very interesting story. So answering your second question, it is about Bollywood. There are a lot of things in this show that we've kind of dabbled with, following the main story. It's about star egos. It's about what is it to be a woman in this industry. It's about how a film is made. I mean, there's so many things that even you guys are not keen in. What are the conversations that take place in a producer's office when a film is being made? The vulnerabilities of people. It kind of unmasks people because there's this external sheen that our industry has, this superficiality from the outside that it kind of unmasks. What is it to be a star on a Friday morning when your film is releasing? What are the vulnerabilities that are... So stuff like that. So it takes you into the world of Bollywood and just gives you a in-depth insight of that. And it's not a slow burn show. It's something that kind of holds you by the collar and sucks you into this world, which is beautiful, chaotic, entertaining, and I'm sure you guys will love it. This is one thing that I felt when I read the material. It's like, it's something I relate to. It's a world that I belong to. I've lived in for over 20 years. You guys will relate to it. And for the audience, there's always this allure and this draw to an industry that they've seen from the outside, but they don't really know much about it. I mean, there's this obsession with numbers, box office, but they really don't know how films are made. So it's got a little bit of everything, and that's extremely interesting the way it's been presented, and the way Mihir and Archit have made it. It's fantastic.
You mentioned that there's a sheen that lures a lot of people, and there's a very interesting line in the trailer that says that it's very easy for people to get lost in this world. How does one not get lost in this world?
Well, it's a perspective. I think, when people say that Bollywood is a very bad place or it's an unfair place, I think it's a perspective of a person that is working here. If you have resilience, if you can roll with the punches, I don't think it's an unfair place. But if you don't have that, if you're not willing to put in the hard work, the hardships, the heartaches when a film releases on a Friday, because it all doesn't only come down to hard work. Everyone works hard, but also there is a factor of the environment, there's the factor of luck. So you have to be able to take it on the chin. So I think it's a perspective of Bollywood more than what it is. And I always say it's a very fair place. You just have to roll with the punches and keep pushing.
I've always been a fan of your oratory skills, and today I have to say the way you've narrated the entire story, you've hooked us even more to wait for the 8th of March. So thank you. And next question, please.
Hi, Moni. This is Titash from News 18. My question to you is, you are known to be, a bona fide fashionista for your glam avatar. But has it ever been difficult to convince filmmakers that, you are way more than that? Do you sometimes think that shunning the sheen is the only way to be taken seriously?
To answer your question, I think if you're asking me if I have been typecasted, yes, of course. But I have also been very, very lucky with directors who had the vision to see me as in different roles, in different parts. So yeah, I mean, like Imran said, that it may be a fair industry, but I truly believe it is a very difficult industry. And along with hard work, it comes with a lot of challenges. It throws you, there is the struggle that you cannot deny. There is no shortcut to hard work that you can take. And I truly believe work begets work. When you are focused on a project, whether it's a dancing or an acting part, if you give your 100%, if you somehow get into the skin of the character and justify it, I think sooner or later you're going to land that next role. And that's been the only mantra of my life, and that's all I would want to focus on. My present work, what I am here to do, like if I'm talking to you right now, you have my 100% attention, and rest is confetti.
I'm just going to take a moment. I'm just going to get some tissues. Hold on. Sorry. I know it's the wind, but chivalrous men do exist, and I'm going to do that first before we move on to the next question. Sorry. Not a wet wipe. If you could give me a normal tissue, please. Thank you. It's a little windy, and of course, as I said, it's going to be a mind-blowing evening. It's getting overwhelming as well. But it's because of the wind. So can you just get some tissues for Moni, please? Thank you. Thank you. And with that, we can move on to our next question. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
My apologies, I missed on that. Sorry, but wish you a very, very happy birthday.
Okay, my question is for Shreya. Shreya, you play an actress who's making a comeback in the industry, in the show. For a very long time, we've had a certain narrative accompanying actresses who make a comeback, people who take a sabbatical. How has that affected you in any way, and how have you seen this narrative change over the last couple of years?
Well, it's changed a lot. When a hero doesn't do film for like a few years, they say, "Acha, bahut dinon baad parde pe dikh rahe hain." But when an actress doesn't do film for a few years, for whatever reason, maybe even just for a few months, maybe it's just a year, they say it's a comeback already. I don't know why it is like that, and I don't know why there's this preconceived notion about it. But yeah, things have changed a lot, and actresses like Kajol, Kareena Kapoor, and now Alia, they've changed the narrative because, if you're passionate about your work, your job, you love to come back and be part of what you love the most. And the way they've done it, it made it easier for everyone else. And for me, after having a baby, when I wanted to come back and do films, come back, there was a bit of nervousness. I wasn't sure what it's going to be like. But thankfully, all my directors and everyone I worked with, they were very supportive and welcoming and extremely nice about it. And it's actually really sweet when you go back on a set and then, your directors are like, "So how's Radha and how's life?" And it comes back to work. But there's no discrimination anymore. I hate to say the word, but yeah, there is not. But back in the day, I remember it was very, very difficult for actresses. It's getting better, and I think I would like to say it's almost changed now. There's no difference anymore.
If I would have met you at a social gathering, I would say, "Mommy?" If I was at a social gathering with you, I would have gone, "Mommy? Wow," and that's a compliment. You do not look like, but you look like a cool mom then. So. Next question, please.
Hi, this is Murtaza from Filmy Beat. I also can't
Right at
get
the
up,
center.
although camera people will shout at me. So I have a question for Vishal and Mahima. First, I'll go with Vishal. Vishal, when there are actors like Imran and Rajiv there in the show, do you go them for any tips and ask them how should you prepare for your character?
Honestly, I was just looking at them perform. And I don't know if Imran sir is aware of this, but fan moment ho raha tha, sir, set pe. So, but I loved the fact that Imran sir his energy is so contained on set. And that was my big takeaway from him. And generally, aap sochte ho na ki I'm going to be working with this personality on set and he's achieved so much already. I'm going to go after him. I'm going to ask him all the things that he has done. But him, without saying anything, I took that away from him. Ki you got to like be in the zone. Imran sir was sitting and reading something, and that's how it is. You are in the zone, you're reading something, you're just trying to be on set, be present. And we had little conversations here and there, and when we are on the scene, it was all fire. And same with Rajiv sir also. Rajiv sir, I was so curious, nervous, everything about it. So I was shooting with Mihir sir, and Mihir sir told me कि Rajiv sir आने वाले हैं, वो scene होने वाला है, अरे क्या सही perform कर रहे हैं यार वो. And I'm, like I said, we've grown up watching them, so it's a delight to be in the same room. Thank you.
Mahima, my question for you would be that, in the trailer we can see that you're pitted against Imran sir's character. So was there anywhere during the shoot you were a bit intimidated by him?
Don't you dare call me sir, please, to begin with.
Well, he grew up watching you, so you might have something to say up to him.
I hate
before. Sir is a little less
fine,
offensive.
but sir just kind of,
I think this is an ongoing conversation. We've just been debating on sir, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to... नहीं आएगा दिल से इमरान नहीं आएगा, so I'm just going to... Yeah, it was definitely intimidating because of the scenes that we had. It was our first day on set. It's the first time that I'm meeting him. So I was really nervous. But yeah, I mean, as both characters, as you said, were pitted against each other, I had no choice but to probably get into my character and play my part. But one thing that I have to definitely say about Imran sir, that he is such a secure actor. You know, scenes with him felt like we were playing chess because he was doing his bit. He was letting me do my bit. And yeah, I mean, we had such a great time shooting for those scenes. I was really nervous because we didn't get enough time to prepare. There weren't any workshops that, we got to do together. So
and lines were changed very often.
And lines were changed literally but TV, I'll tell you.
By the minute.
Yeah, but I think television helps you on as far as this thing is concerned because जब lines change होते थे set पे आते जब गर्मा गर्म script मिलती थी, so I think it was it was pretty easy because television helps you with that experience. But to answer your question, I think I had a great time. I was intimidated with his aura for sure, but I think like Vishal said, when I saw actors like Imran sir, Rajiv sir, and even Nasir sir. जब मैंने इन तीनों को देखा that they're so prepared and they know their lines and they're so, I mean, obviously confidence की तो हम बात ही नहीं कर रहे, but they're so thorough with their prep. It was like, dude, I have to be on my toes and I will have to like give it my all. And just looking at them, having them around was such an incredible experience. So thank you for being such secure actors and giving us the stage.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations. The trailer looks pretty exciting. My question is for Mihir. Mihir, Showtime looks like a succession story on with the themes of nepotism and real stories. It looks like it's inspired from behind the scenes stories. So is this inspired by any real life situations?
I would like to say that the drama of the story is not inspired by any real life situation because we would be very aware of that by now. It's something that Sumit came up with very originally. It's just that we've been in the industry for so long, we've heard certain stories, incidents rather, not entire stories, that we've kind of peppered it in. So, but the main drama isn't at all. So that is something I want to clear. And Sumit can also add to this, actually.
So the central premise of the show, which you will discover, it's a very unique premise, which you will discover when you watch the show. We haven't revealed it completely in the trailer, is completely original, and you will recognize that. But when it comes to the actors, the filmmakers, the way they behave, they're all drawn from observation. They're all drawn from observing real people in the industry. Some of these characters are amalgamations of different people, so it's not like one character will only. Am I giving the politically incorrect answer?
No, please go ahead. Everything is a sound bite.
So they are all kind of amalgamations of different people that we have encountered, stories we have heard, and I think what the way we've written them, they're all sort of mixtures of different people, right? And I think you guys, when you watch it, will have, especially entertainment journalists, will have great fun playing a guessing game of saying, कि यार ये तो वो है या ये तो वो है. So I hope you guys enjoy that process.
I have a question actually. Who is Raghu an amalgamation of? How many producers? Or which producer if it's one producer?
I'll tell you backstage.
Two on stage?
Okay, all right then.
I think if this works, then basis your input here, we'll do a follow-up season with Coffee with Karan, where we'll invite all of those people and they could quiz Karan and we could get more.
Please keep me out of this. I'm already worried about the 8th of March. While I'm sitting here, I'm just worrying about what my plan should be and where I should run. And definitely deactivate social media for 3 days.
I have to say it was very brave of you, Karan, to kind of just let this show happen, because, I mean, you're going to get a lot of phone calls on the 8th, for sure.
Huh?
You're on line of fire.
I'm in the line of fire. Well, darling, I've been in the line of fire for very many years. I'm used to it. When I'm not in the line of fire is when I worry.
Well, he's the man who actually spills the beans all the times and gets us all the inside information. So thank you for doing that.
Many beans have been spilled on me also, I want to tell you.
But thank you. Next question, please.
Hi, I'm Manjari Mukherjee. On your right.
Right there, on your left.
I'm Manjari Mukherjee from Pop Diaries channel. Firstly, congratulations to the whole cast and crew. It looks amazing, and we are all waiting for 8th March. My first question is to Sumit Roy. As a writer, I want to know what was the thought process like while creating the very unique dialogues that add thunder to each and every character. What was the thought process like?
I mean, we set out to do a very amped up filmy show. We wanted the sort of show to have the energy of the classic films we love. And thankfully, we got great dialogue writers. We got Karan and Jahan, who just sort of brought to the show the kind of punch that we wanted from it. So a lot of what you see there is actually their interpretation of the English screenplays, and they're the ones who kind of brought the sizzle and spark that you see now.
My next question is to Rajiv sir. Sir, you've been a part of the showbiz right from TV to now films, OTT, everywhere. I want to know, when you look at showbiz now and then, how do you see the change as an actor and as an integral part of this whole industry? Also, concerning the fact that Showtime is all about showbiz.
I want to add a question to that. What made you say, looking at your films and the work you've done, what made you say yes to something like this?
So to answer the first question, a lot has changed. You know, the lines are blurred now. There was a time when there was this whole conception, the mindset that certain actors will not work. I'm talking from an actor's perspective. There was this mindset that actors will not work in a certain medium. And I think all of it has changed by now, because now there are no lines. You'll find actors and there are actors across the mediums. So that, of course, is a huge change that we are witnessing right now. And to answer your question about me being part of this one and why did I pick up Showtime, I think because I am also still evolving as an actor, even though it's been almost about 18, 19 years of being part of this industry. I'm still evolving and I'm still learning. This was one show which actually, to be very honest, I had actually said no to this one. Because this is not what I have done. Though it was dramatic, you know, you want to work with Dharma, you want to work with Karan, and but still there was something I said, no, this is something very, very different. And then probably the actor in me said that, well, if you can achieve this one, because the character that I'm playing, I do not relate to the character at all. It's not me at all. But as an actor, I thought that if I could achieve this, probably it would be a personal victory. So I thought over it and I said, all right, let me be a part of this one. And I'm so glad the way it has turned out. And I'm so happy that I took a right call by the end of it.
I have to compliment him that after nearly 2 decades of work that he's displayed, he is by the day looking dapper and dapper, isn't he? Yeah? He walked in, the first thing I said, look at the chisel you. So looking sharp, and thank you so much for giving some of the best always. And I'll say it in Showtime style that waqt ke maddinazar. One last question, please.
Hi, this is Bonnie from Midday right here at the back. My question is for Gaurav. This is your first fictional collaboration with Dharmatic. What more can we expect from this association in the future?
Well, Brahmastra was fiction. So this has been the multiverse of relationships with Karan and Dharma has been running for a really, really long time. And I have always had a sneaky feeling that a lot of Coffee with Karan has been fiction. But I think, listen, we have such amazing energy with Dharmatic, with Apurva, and the entire team that we are very, very excited. And there is actually a show that we have been working on, and we are very pumped and excited about. But today is not the time to talk about that. But the Dharmatic-Hotstar relationship starts with Coffee, builds to Showtime today, and there is one more series and a lot more that we are doing together in the world of films. So it's a big partnership we're very proud of.
Gaurav sir, thank you. Thank you for dishing out some of the best content always and keeping us entertained. Thank you so much. And as you know, she said, garma garam script, so garma garam content, on and on. So thank you. Wishing the best to each and everyone on stage and also each and everyone who's been behind the stage of Showtime. And all the best for the 8th of March. And with that, एक photo तो बनता है, and for the same, I request all of you to please join us to step forward. And I also request director Archit Kumar and Somen Mishra